Alright guys, welcome to demand. So we're starting off supply and demand by looking at the demand side. Usually that's the easier of the two for people to connect with, because when we're talking about demand, we're talking about buying stuff, and we can relate to that. So the thing is, first of all, what is demand? When we talk about demand, it's not merely wanting something. There's another step beyond that. So for instance, you couldn't say that the 8-year-old kid that has a big poster of a Lambo up on his wall, he doesn't have demand for a Lambo. Why not? Because he's missing the other thing. While he has the desire to have a Lambo, he does not have the ability to actually purchase one, because most 8-year-olds can't afford a Lambo. So what that means is he does not have demand for that product because he doesn't have both the desire and ability to purchase it. So that's what demand is: desire and ability to purchase a good or service. So let's start off with just really easy kind of example that we can relate to. Let's take it down to something that we probably can relate to a little bit better than buying a Lambo. Pack of Skittles. So let's assume that, like any normal person in the world that has good taste, you like Skittles. What's going to influence whether you buy Skittles or not, or if you do, how many you buy? Well, probably the biggest determination of that is going to be the cost. So let's assume that $1 is the normal price for a pack of Skittles. So if you go to the store and they're $1, you're going to buy one pack of Skittles. Let's say that that's standard. Now what would happen if you go to that store and you want Skittles? You have the desire, you have the ability, you have the money in your pocket, and you go there and they want $5 or $10 for that pack of Skittles. Well, the chances are you're not going to buy very many, if at all. You probably are going to buy a bag of Skittles for $10. You have a $10 bill in your pocket, but it's not worth it to you, so you're going to demand fewer, if any. So what happens when the price goes up, we're going to demand a smaller quantity of Skittles. On the other hand, you go into the store and instead of being $1 for a pack, they are 10 cents per pack. Now you have that same dollar, you might choose, instead of buying, you could just buy one for 10 cents, but you might go ahead and buy more because that's such a good deal. So because the price is lower, you're going to buy more. What we've just described is known as the law of demand. And here, OTE, that's short for other things equal. So we're assuming that nothing else is changing. If nothing else changes, all other things equal, as the price of a good or service, G/S, good or service for short, as the price of a good or service goes up, the quantity demanded falls, decreases, which I think we can all relate to that. You go to the store, you expect to pay $20 for a shirt, you get there and the shirt is actually $40, we choose not to buy it. Our quantity demanded just decreased. Or we get there and it's buy one, get one free, or 50% off. Now we buy 2 shirts because the price is lower, so our quantity demanded goes up. It's that simple. So when we're talking about quantity demanded, and we have now our model. So this is our second model. We've already done production possibilities. The second model we're going to deal with is a supply and demand model. And for the moment, we are only focusing on demand. So don't worry about supply, that'll come later. You notice that the demand curve is downward sloping. So what is the significance of that? So first of all, we have our axes. They're labeled price of, and then the specific good. So it could be price of Skittles. I left it blank in this case. Price of the good, quantity of the good. So how much does it cost? How many of them are we, in this case, demanding? Okay? Now, because this is downward sloping or negatively sloping demand curve, what that is showing us is essentially the law of demand. As the price falls or goes up, the opposite happens to quantity. So we have price and quantity are negatively or inversely related when it comes to demand. So we have $4 being the price at point A. Point A, we have a $4 price and our quantity demanded is equal to 10. Now the price drops from $4 down to $2 when we go to B. So we are having, this is a downward movement along the demand curve from A to B. It's a downward movement. Price has fallen, and as a result, our quantity demanded increases because it's cheaper. So that follows the law of demand. On the other hand, we could have an upward movement along the demand curve, which would look like that, from B to A. Price was $2 and we were demanding $20, but now the price jumps up to $4. So what happens? We demand less, we demand only 10 of that item. This is called, there's 2 different ways to express this. This is either a movement along the demand curve, because we are staying on the demand curve, but the curve isn't shifting, it's not moving, movement along the demand curve, or we could say that this is a change in the quantity demanded. So our demand is not changing. What is changing is because the price is changing, there is an increase or a decrease in our quantity demanded. And the last thing that you need for quantity demanded, the key thing to remember, if you don't remember anything else, the only thing, there's literally only one thing that can cause a movement along the demand curve or an increase or a decrease in the quantity demanded. And that one word is really, really pivotal. You'll see in the next video. The only thing that causes a change in the quantity demanded is a change in price. That is the only thing that causes that. The next video we're going to explore what would actually change demand. But for now, this is a change in quantity demanded, and it's only caused by a change in price. Okay? This has been a LaMoney production. Till next time.